Yeah, I would say typically the biggest thing that we see is going to be they don't know where to go. Is usually the biggest thing. So a large portion of my customer base or my client base for partnerships is CPAs. So, the traditional model of, if you're a small business owner, I always say you're good at what you do. You may not understand financing or how it works or how it can help your business. You rely on your CPA or trusted advisor.
Welcome to Business Ninjas, brought to you by WriteForMe, where you'll hear from business leaders who are out there growing their business and slaying it every day. Learn from the masters. Let's get started.
Hi, and welcome to another episode of Business Ninjas. I'm here today with Michael Tryon, Head of Strategic Partnership at Biz2Credit. How you doing today, Michael?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me today, Andrea.
Oh, my pleasure. Appreciate you spending some time with us on Business Ninjas. Please tell us a little bit about yourself and about Biz2Credit.
Sure. Michael Tryon, I have been a product marketing manager background for about the last 15 years, focus only on small business credit cards. I've worked at a variety of Fortune 500 banks, and recently, within just over a year now, I've taken on the new role of head of partnership for Biz2Credit. So coming out of PPP, Biz2Credit had several larger partnerships. So the idea or the goal here is to expand and grow out this channel for our business and to continue to be able to offer our products and services in conjunction with our partners.
All right, excellent. So please get into your products and services a little bit. Please tell us what you do.
So we have a full suite of products at Biz2Credit. Again, coming out of PPP, we've grown and expanded the product suite significantly. I would start, we really have a credit box or a baseline type of a customer that we're looking for that fits within the box of like over 600 credit score, over 12 months in business, and more than $100,000 of business income annually. So, there's lots of, different types of lenders out there. We are a direct lender, so we loan our own money. And then as far as the actual products go that we have to offer, our primary product that we've worked and developed over time has been the merchant cash advance. So again, that's going to be like your approval in 24 hours, funding in as little as 72 hours, and being able to look at either future receivables, invoices, or credit card receivables. So it's a typical working capital loan designed to help people with short-term needs of either payroll or inventory. Last year, we rolled out a term loan, a fixed rate, fully amortizing product that goes from $50,000 to $2 million. So it continues to be a very competitive product for us. And we have also developed an ERTC, so the Employee Retention Tax Credit financing. Again, designed for those customers that have been approved for their ERC or amended tax return credits to be able to access that cash up to 85% of the approved credit amount. So helps a lot of small business owners continue to seek cash flow and inject cash into their business in the short term. And then finally, and something I'm really happy about or really proud about, is we have rolled out a SBA product. It's a fully digital end-to-end experience. So something that's unique to the market that really captures the essence of Biz2Credit because it partners with the Biz2X, our software as our service side of our business, and utilizes existing banking relationships we have to be able to offer the SBA 7A product. So it's something that, again, is unique and something that is very highly anticipated into the market that people might not have access to today, but we're trying to digitize the process and make it more streamlined.
Excellent. And in terms of the verticals you service, it sounds like small to medium-sized business. Any particular niche that you service more often than not? Any particular customers you work well with?
We do very well in the restaurant franchise types of spaces. My partnerships focus heavily on payroll provider servicers like Paychex as a name partner. And then I also have many insurance companies that also have large small business customer bases. So they typically are good customers for us as well.
Excellent. Well, what's the origin story of Biz2Credit? How long you been in business?
Yeah, it's a great story and a great question. So our owners are both actively and iteratively involved in the day-to-day management of the business. So they came from India, Rohit and Ramit Arora. The company was stood up in 2010, received its first series of funding in 2014. And the story, actually plays well into the plight of many small businesses. They came here to America. They were interested in starting a business. They found it very difficult to understand the current processes, to get the correct information and advice. Not really sure that the products met their needs. It's just what banks or financial institutions were offering. And they said, you know what, there's really got to be a better way to do this. So with that journey in mind, that is what they've started the Biz2Credit program or company for. And ultimately, it services many of our minority and ethnic communities to be able to gain access to credit and financial products that maybe, just either aren't available or misunderstood within their current communities, to try to have that really, again, digital experience to be able to have transparency around our services and products.
Well, that's an important gap in access for that community. Really, that's an important niche to fill. What are the most common problems that you're solving for your clients?
Yeah, I would say typically the biggest thing that we see is going to be they don't know where to go is usually the biggest thing. So a large portion of my customer base or my client base for partnerships is CPAs. So, the traditional model of, if you're a small business owner, I always say you're good at what you do. You may not understand financing or how it works or how it can help your business. You rely on your CPA or trusted advisor. So in a traditional model, the small business would go to their CPA, say, hey, I want to get a loan. The CPA gives them their paperwork, gives them their balance sheet, P&L, taxes. The customer goes off to the bank, financial institution, wherever they know somebody or want to apply, leaving the CPA out of the loop. And basically the customer has to go into the process, again, not familiar with financial products, not understanding what may be the best fit for them or an understanding the terms. Mm-hmm. So a lot of what we have done is build a platform around being able to give CPAs access and put them as the center of the financial process. So they can help their customer now to submit the loan application. They're involved in the process. They're included in the underwriting comments. Again, it's a full end-to-end digital experience. So it's going to be faster than your traditional. It's a safe and secure environment. And you actually get to speak to a customer service rep here at Biz2Credit. So we have about 500 employees, about 150 of which are dedicated case managers that help support our programs and partnership. So same thing, we're product agnostic. We're going to talk to you about your options and really look to make sure that you have the right fit for what you're looking to do with your business.
Excellent. Let's talk about the last couple of years, the COVID era. I would assume that lots of small businesses found themselves in need of financing, and very quickly in the last couple of years. Not everybody knew how to have the federal government help them and to apply for those funds. Tell me about how you've managed to grow the business through COVID.
Right. So that obviously was a crazy time. The communication was interesting, and the ability for small business customers specifically to get the information or apply for the specific government programs was a mystery. Bank of America may not have understood how to apply. So that left a large gap. And as I referenced earlier, like there was kind of like pre-PPP and then, what happened during PPP. So we stood up a platform and became a direct lender for the SBA at that point, and were able to facilitate over $5 billion in lending for small business customers in the United States. So it was something that was a real, learning moment for us, and a real kind of aha about the opportunity to really become a direct lender and funnel lending programs for the government and for small businesses in need as well. So that really, kind of sparked the partnership side. And then you could say you fast forward and there still continues to be some government programs, but that's where the ERTC financing solution was born out of as well. It was the same, there's a gap. It could take 9 to 12 months to get financing back or receive your money back from the IRS. Small businesses don't have that much time to wait. So that was another area. So we continue to explore the opportunity to partner with the government. I know right now the SBA licensing is out and available for certain few lenders. So, something that we would look to consider for future use and be able to further expand adoption of those programs for small businesses.
It sounds like you guys are agile and flexible and have the resources to do whatever needs to be done as it comes up. I would say that COVID threw most people for a loop in the last couple of years, but you guys seem poised to have taken care of business in a timely manner there.
Very entrepreneurial owners who understand, exactly what a small business is going through. And, I like to try to look at us as a technology company that uses data to fund small business loans. So you take those pieces of what's available out there and try to, step outside of, like I said, the traditional lending model today. How can we, that's what's so great about the partnership side is they know information about the customer today. Maybe it's time in business, maybe it's number of employees they have, maybe it's the payroll cycles, how much money they're paying each month. But when you can use that information to help pre-qualify or help give more information to that small business owner upfront about what they may be eligible for, that really creates a better personalized customer experience. It helps with, conversion for our partners and ultimately a better process and experience for the customer to get that funding.
All right. What differentiates you from your competition? What makes Biz2Credit stand out?
I really like to think our model has served us well. From knowing what I do about our competitors, there's a lot of different ways to go about funding small business lending. But the direct model of funding our own loans has served us well. It balances the risk that we take on. It allows us to, really understand the performance of that customer, provides us a lot of data insight that we can use to, like, for instance, we have a proprietary model that we use for underwriting. So it's called a Biz Analyzer. So from that, we glean from bank statements, from other types of data repositories, much more information than what your traditional credit score offers. And that helps to keep us risk adverse. I mean, honestly, our charge-off rate is lower than many small business credit card companies that I've worked out. So when you're able to reduce risk, you keep your prices, your rates lower, and that allows you to focus on providing great customer experience and better products in the market.
Excellent. All right. Tell me a little bit about how content has played a role in the growth of Biz2Credit. How are you guys telling your story these days?
Yeah, so I would say, 80% of our business today on the Biz2Credit side is driven in through our marketplace. So that is going to be a function of the paid media, search engine, pay-per-click, being out there in the social media space. So that is a hugely important part of our business. But again, being able to understand, define, and produce relative content, information, ideas, and targeting to get the right customers is ultimately what, helps us to maintain our costs of acquisition and, being able to book better customers. So we continuously are refining our messaging, our branding, and our positioning within the marketplace. I don't think we're trying to be a one for everybody. I think we fit outside of that traditional space of your, regional or traditional bank model for a small business customer that's looking for faster access to cash and alternative ways to repay the loan. So that's, some of the options that we offer to make us different today.
Excellent. All right. Look down the road a year. What are some things you'd like to be celebrating personally and professionally?
Well, I'm a Philadelphia sports fan. So personally, I would just say a world championship in some sport. Side note, we have a lot of failures there. But, professionally, I would say, we have brought on a team of senior leadership and executives within the last year here that are all focused on growing and scaling the business. So understanding what we do well, looking at what the opportunities are, like you said, what's kind of coming down the road. But we are fully capable of being able to double our size of our business, meaning what we fund each month. And to me, that just means allowing access for more small businesses to loans, being able to provide better loans for customers, growing out our suite. We have no shortage of partnership opportunities, but it's continually focusing on who's a good fit for our business model and what verticals we would look to continue to grow in.
Well, I wish you and your company all the best, and I wish Joel Embiid's knee as much health as it can sustain at his size.
One championship. I'm just asking for something.
Yeah, it's been a minute, huh? What's the last Philadelphia championship?
Our Eagles did pull it off in 2017, I want to say.
All right, that's not that. There are a number of cities who would pay handsomely to have said it's only been 6 years since they've had a championship.
Exactly.
All right, please tell everyone, what's your URL? Where can they find Biz2Credit, and what social media outlets you're using these days?
Gotcha. So obviously www.biz2credit.com. Social media, I would say we are very heavily invested in YouTube, Facebook. Not the marketing expert here, so I'd have to kind of circle back with you on a couple of the other ones, but I know that's where we primarily focus, again, outside of the paid search media channels.
Michael Tryon of Biz2Credit, all the best to you and yours in the future. And thank you for spending some time with us on Business Ninjas.
Great. Thank you for your time today, Andrew.
My pleasure.